going to talk about what we know about ratios. We're going to combine it with measurement, and you are going to be able to find a new way to convert measurements within the customary system. The ratio of feet to inches is 1 to 12. For every 1 foot, there is 12 inches. Feet to yard, 3 feet is 1 yard. 36 inches is 1 yard. 16 ounces is a pound. 8 fluid ounces is a cup. 2 pints a quart. 4 quarts a gallon. 2 cups a pint. The first thing you're going to do when you're solving problems like this is to write the ratio of what you already know. The ratio of feet to inches is something that we just discussed. We know that 1 foot is 12 inches. The ratio of feet to inches is 1 to 12. This is a ratio with an x, so we're going to use a proportion to solve for the missing number. So where there was a feet, I'm going to put a 4. And where there was an inches, I'm going to put a question mark, or an X, or a Y, or even maybe an I for inches. So, feet is on the top, so feet is on the top. As long as they match, it doesn't matter which way you write your ratio, but order matters. So now we're going to use our proportions. So this becomes 4 times 12, and 1 times n, or 1 times inches, is inches. So we're going to say equals I for inches, because 1 times anything is itself. And here I have my answer. 48 equals I. That means that this is 48 inches. Let's try another. Start with what you know. What's the ratio of yard to feet? We know that there is 1 yard for every 3 feet. Now sometimes you write it like this. I typically write it like this so the numbers, I can see the relationship between them. So where there was yards on the top, I'm going to put yards, and then this could be F for feet. And so if you'll see, here's another example of cross products. 3 times 7 equals 1 times F. We can call it 1F, or we can simply call it F. This answer is 21, because 3 times 7, 21 equals F. Okay, let's try the next one. Inches to feet. Again, what I know about inches to feet is that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. And this says I have 16 inches in F feet. So we're going to do cross products one more time. 1 times 16 is on this side, and 12 times F is on this side. So I've done my cross products. 1 times 16 is 16, and 12 times F is 12F. And now you see I have a one-step equation that is multiplication that I can use division to solve. So I'm going to divide both sides by 12, because division is the opposite of multiplication. So 12 times F divided by 12 is F. And you see here I have 16 divided by 12, which is really an improper fraction as well as a division problem. So you can solve this by turning that improper fraction into a mixed number. And so we know that 16 inches is 1 1/3 of a foot, or 1 4/12 of a foot. All right, last one, yards to inches. So I simply write yards to inches. This is 1 yard, has 36 inches. So 2 yards over I for inches. 1 times I is I, and 2 times 36 is 72. So 2 yards is 72 inches. Now, this doesn't just work for inches and feet. We're also using it to convert ounces to pounds. And if you'll remember, the relationship we need here is that 16 ounces is 1 pound. So our ratio is of ounces to pounds is 16 to 1. So I'm going to put 19 ounces on the top with ounces and an L here to figure out how many pounds. Or maybe a P for pounds or whatever variable you want. 1 times 19 is the first side and 16 times P is the second side. And so 19 equals 16P. I have to divide to clear the variable. And if I get in the habit of drawing these, look what I have, 19/16, which can be converted to 1 3/16 pounds. Okay? 10 pounds is how many ounces? So again, my ounces to pounds ratio is 16 to 1. And if I have 10 pounds, the 10 is going to go here with the pounds, and I'm figuring out ounces with the O. So 1 times O is O, or OZ, and 16 times 10 is 160. And this doesn't need to be simplified, or doesn't need to be solved, because it simply is my ounces equals 160. And so that is my answer. What happens when there's a fraction? Well, it's treated the exact same way. Start with ounces to pounds. It's a 16 to 1 ratio because this is 3.5 pounds. It's going to go here. And 3.5 pounds is how many ounces? So 1 times 0, or 1 times O for OZ. Let's just call it Z because sometimes O is a little hard to decipher. So Z, 1 times Z is 1Z, or just Z. And then I have to do 16 times 3 and 1/2. And for this, I remembered how to use the distributive property because it's multiplying. So I did 16 times 3 and 16 times 1/2. 16 times 3 is 48, and half of 16 is 8. And so 56 ounces is what is in 3.5 pounds. Okay, let's try 3 more examples, and then I'm going to set you on your way. All right, 3 more examples, and then you're going to be set to do your activity in class today. Cups to fluid ounces. Ratio, cups to fluid ounces. The what I know ratio is 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. What I'm given is 4 cups is how many fluid ounces. And so 1 times F is F, and 4 times 8 is 32. And 4 cups is 32 fluid ounces. Quarts to pint, what I know is that 1 quarts to pints is 1 quart is 2 pints. So if I have 9 quarts, I'm putting 9 here with a P, and 1 times P equals 2 times 9. So 1P equals 18. So 18 pints. Cups to gallons. There are 16 cups in 1 gallon. And I want to figure out how many gallons is 18 cups. And so this is G. So 16G is what I get here, equals 18 is what I get here. I have to divide both of these by 16. 18 divided by 16 is 1 2/16. And 1 2/6 simplified is 1 1/8.